Hi, I'm Jason Gordon for ThatShelf.com, and we're here to look at Katy Lied, the UHQR Steely Dan record from Analog Productions.
Shelf.
So it feels like a million years ago that I started ordering these UHQR discs. It was a very exciting announcement when the Steely Dan stuff came out. Again, I have never been the largest Steely Dan fan, but these records and these particular releases have allowed me to sort of dig into the older catalog to try to find my way through some of these tracks that, again, still don't necessarily all work for me, but I know that if I'm going to have a version of it, might as well be these ones, and they look really nice in this giant box. Um, they were going sort of chronologically, as it were, in terms of release, and then a couple of them, this Royal Scam, I guess, got kicked back. But here we are. Katy Lied finally out for release. I still don't have a good answer as to why it got delayed, but nonetheless, we have this. Now, this is sort of interesting. Actually, I have a couple of them. I bought one for a friend, on behalf of a friend, I should say. But so the Katy Lied release comes, with the usual AP packaging and stuff like that, and the old school wooden dowel version of the UHQR. But what's odd is, and that's why I have two, is these obviously were sealed, and then this was added after the fact. This a Michael Fremer article, which is really weird. Like I understand the Fremer's like super connected with Chad and the whole team there, but I find this interesting, at least that the full breakdown of the record is in there. And one of the things about it, having read this earlier, actually before I opened it on the Tracking Angle website, is it's basically an apology. It's basically saying this was kind of shit, and this is about as good as it's going to get. So I guess this is meant to somehow sate those that think that there's no miracles here. Maybe the delay was they did everything that they could to try to make this as exemplary as possible, worth the purchase price as possible. Honestly, at this point in time, I just want it to be at least the best version of this I can get. It sounds like it probably is. And more importantly, just these kind of games just drive me a little bit crazy. What can I say? But yeah, so we have Michael Fremer essay in here where he basically says, mixing was an absolute nightmare, as he quotes people. Play the UH. You're likely to have heard it for the first time experience. I did, and I've been listening to this record for a short of 50 years. So it's basically a giant apology, and then just saying this is about as good as it's going to get. Sure, Michael. I hope it's good. At this point in time, as I said, it's much more. I can admit this is all about, like, if I'm going to have like 4 of them, I'm going to have all the Steely Dan records. Like, let's be honest. And frankly, with this record, I strongly believe that this has tracks on it that I'm going to actually enjoy more than others. So as I open it up, just to see what is inside, as I carefully do this without completely destroying either the record or the dowel. Riveting unboxing nonsense on YouTube. What else can you expect from our wonderful channel? There's all kinds of stuff on this channel. You should go explore. You know what you should do? I'm going to tell you this mid-video. You should like and subscribe. It really does help us a lot. Then you can get more videos of watching like crazy grumpy old men take plastic off of records. What's not to love? So, UHQR, Analog Productions. We are used to it now. Slide out case. I miss this case. I get that it takes a lot of space. I get that it has issues, but I love the wooden dowel on the side. I love that everything's tucked in. I love that the actual record itself is presented within. Very, very, very happy about it. This one happens to be 1784. So you get an honest-to-God, real high-quality gatefold, making the rest of the box extraneous. But again, at this point in time, are we just simply accepting that a ton of this hobby has to do with the joy of the extraneous? They've gone ahead, as they have in recent past, of having the records outside of the sleeves. All happy. Press, unsurprisingly, on their Clarity vinyl compound. Nice and clear, looking lovely. QRP sleeves with their sort of 1 mil rice paper and plastic sleeves, which I am now such a snob that I am simply immediately putting them in the VMP. But yeah, the record looks immaculate, unsurprisingly. I actually have a side A, B, C, and D, which is a good sign rather. And yeah, Black Friday, Bad Sneakers, Rose Darling, Daddy Don't live in that New York City. Daddy Don't Live in that New York City anymore. I can't speak for some reason. Daddy Don't Live in that New York City no more. Faganese? I don't know how we're going to call this. Dr. Wu, Everyone's Gone to the Movies. That's the big one that I actually know from this record. Your Gold Teeth 2, Chain Lightning, Any World, and Throwback the Little Ones. Music composed and arranged by Walter Becker and Donald Fagen. And then a gazillion artists on here. Danny Diaz, Walter Becker, Rick Derringer, Dean Parks, Elliot Randall, Hugh McCracken, Larry Carlton. That's just the guitarists. Like all legends, just absolutely monsters in here. I mean, David Page is on here. All kinds of crazy, Jeff Porcaro, Hal Blaine. It keeps going. Mike McDonald doing backup vocals. This is right at that sort of time where they're just starting to crush it in terms of getting some extraordinary musical contributions from those that are working with them, including the inimitable the inimitable Mike McDonald, who's very imitable. I don't know how it works. Point is that we get Katy lied. What else do we have in here? I think we're probably going to have, we do. We have a UHQR spiel, the plating, pressing, QRP, quality control, and packaging. Their patents that they have actually taken over. It's interesting. They used to spend a lot of time talking about the dude that was running the plant. He's now running another plant. They don't talk about people in charge anymore. I think they're worried about them leaving. Technical specification manual, as per usual. Again, we got the photos from everybody. And I may have mentioned this before. This photo here in the corner of the guy doing quality control, listening on a 1200. I was at Jack White's pressing plant in Detroit, and somebody was doing it on like a Newmark, but just like a shitty consumer one, wearing crappy beat to hell cost headphones, and the speed was cranked, and that's how they were doing QRP. I hope that our friends at here, they look like semi-decent headphones that are at least doing a little bit better quality control than I saw there. Then we have an advertisement for more stuff from this label. We got the Pablo series, we got all of that stuff. Always fun. I am the crazy person that keeps all this stuff. It's actually kind of fun. And then we have the Donald Fagen liner notes, where he's going to say something very pithy and something probably really grumpy. And there is a photo of a bunch of master tapes. I cannot tell you how they were handled, how they were treated, or anything like that. They just throw master tape photos in, and people much smarter than me, or at least much more knowledgeable than me, know what the heck is going on. Katy Lied, latest release on UHQR, part of the crazy collection. I don't know, there's a bunch of them up there. You can probably see them poke them. But yeah, getting to the end of the Steely Dan onslaught. It's been quite a ride, but I really appreciate being able to finally have this in my hand. For thatshelf.com, I'm Jason Gorber. Subscribe, like, do those things. That would be fantastic. We will see you next video. All the best. Take care.